Finally, I want to show you void functions. But first, let me do some modifications. First, I want to remove this. I want to remove this global variable, and I want to create local variable. And also I want to print the sum within this function. And it means that we have to use this local variable. And finally we can run the code, and here we have the result. But here we have the yellow warning which says that we're not using this variable. It means that we can remove that stuff. We can also remove this, and since we are printing here, we don't need to return anything because that's what we need. And finally I can run the code, and here we have the text. But there's a yellow warning: control reaches end of non-void function, because we have the keyword int, but we are not returning any integer value. So that's why compiler is claiming about that. You might think we can just remove this keyword and run the code, but here we have a warning again, because in any case we have to use some keyword before the name of the function, and in this specific case we have to use void keyword. So void means that function doesn't return any value. So finally we can run the code, and we have the value. Everything works fine. And finally, few words about the style guide. First of all, try to not to use global variables, because if we create global variables, you have an access in any place of the code, and you might accidentally change its value somewhere, and it will be totally mess. That's why try to use local variables. And also when we have a name of the function, we use lowercase letters, and we have underscore symbols between the words.